Yay Networks.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep them doggies rolling.
Right.
Get it on, little doggy, get along. Ha! Get along, little doggy, get along.
Why?
What's going on there? Hawaman? I ain't said it in the last couple weeks.
You haven't. So I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you have that one.
Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Perfect Pair Podcast. Rock T is who I be.
And I'm Crystal, Rock T's better half.
Pimping,
Am I head on right?
pimping,
It is, I think.
and pimping. So, once again, man, thank you guys for the downloads, the subscribes. Keep telling a friend to tell a friend. Keep enjoying what you hear and see every week. We're not experts in this relationship space, but we are experts in our relationship. We're not perfect.
But we're perfect for each other. You took a longer route to that.
So did.
I was like, where are you going? Am I supposed to come in?
Went around that block. What we talking about today, there, mine?
Oh my God. This is what I want to title this one. I'm not even lying. This is where these kids be asking for it. And I wrote it just like that.
These kids be asking for it. That's the
Be
title.
asking for it. I mean it. Like I meant what I said. So I know it don't sound right. It's not grammar.
So these kids
Be
are
asking for it.
asking for it. It ain't
Right.
that one. It's
No.
these kids be
Be,
asking
right.
for it. There's a difference.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
When I tell you kids, these kids are raggedy.
Okay, hold on. We finna get into that. Perfect Pair Podcast starts right now, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
All right, on your mark. Get set.
There's so many ways that we can start this shit. Do you understand?
You say go yet.
I know. I forgot. I ain't even worried about what you saying.
All right, go
There's
ahead.
just so many ways I can tell this story that I heard,
Right?
and then go into it further, or should I just talk? But I kind of want to tell this story because it's gonna lead up to what I'm trying to say about these raggedy kids that we have right now.
You talking about our kids or you talking about kids in general?
Ours is included. Ours is definitely included. Yes, and they know it.
Right. So,
And I tell them to their face.
so it's kids in general, including ours.
Yes, in this world.
All right.
But let me tell y'all this story. So there's this single mother that has a 17-year-old daughter, right? And she was she's older too. Like she had her daughter like when she was in her 40s. So,
Right.
you know, she's a little bit older or whatever. But now her daughter's 17. She was getting ready to go on a date on that Friday. Her daughter said she was going to go to the basketball game.
Okay.
So she said, okay, cool. She goes on a date. She goes out to eat and at the movies now on her date.
This is mom.
This is mom.
All right.
So she gets a call from a parent. And she answers the call, and the parent was like, hey, just calling to see if everything's okay. Your daughter left the game early. So she was like, well, yeah, I don't think anything's wrong. She said she felt like the parent was trying to tell her something without saying something at that point. And listen, as soon as I heard that part, I was like, I know it. Because I'll be doing the same thing, because you could call the daddy, and the daddy going to be like, oh, okay, cool. And not think about nothing.
Pretty
But
much.
okay, so then she hangs up with the parent. She started calling her daughter. Her daughter's not answering the phone.
Okay.
So now she's like, I'm gonna have to end my date early. She told her date that she's leaving the movie theater. She gonna get back with him later. She goes home, right?
Mm-hmm.
She pulls up the house. The lights is pitch black. Nothing's on, but her daughter's car is in the driveway.
Okay.
So she don't go through the front door. She decides to go on through the side door.
And the bat cave.
Right, so she goes in through the side door. As she opens the side door, she sees this figure just shoot right past her, go through the window, and falls into her little bushes she got outside in her bushes, right? So as he jumps out the window, he's in these bushes, he starts screaming because he's stuck and it hurts and
Right.
he's getting poked trying to get out the window.
Right.
And she said, and I stood there and watched. And get this, she said, and then looked at her daughter and told me, and you bet not help him. Right now, I'm applauding the mama.
Right.
At this point, I'm like, right?
Right. So they just got finished messing around.
We don't know. We
Okay.
don't know what happened.
All
But
right.
the fact that this boy done jumped out, he hurt himself. So about an hour later, his mama calls her. And I'm going to talk about these parents too, these kind of parents too. His mama calls her and tells her that She made her son hurt himself because she's so strict and won't allow her daughter to have a boyfriend and date.
Ooh, so this is where the story turns.
Because, and I'm like, wait a minute. I said, wait, so she didn't call you to apologize that her raggedy ass son was in her house without her knowing and she wasn't there.
Right.
She called to tell you that you are the reason why her son hurt himself. So the lady, she said, exactly. She said, so she told the lady, she was like, you better be glad I didn't do nothing more than that.
Right.
I don't feel bad that he hurt himself. And my daughter better be glad that I didn't push her ass in there with him. I'm right there with her ass. And they were right there. I'm going to push her ass too. You dumb.
Right.
Want to do this dumb ass shit and you don't pay no bills.
You in my house.
Right. And then the woman was like, you just need to stop being so strict as a parent. That's not right for you to be so strict. And she was like, then her mama tells her, you need to be considerate of your daughter's feelings. She was like, she asked me, she said, why do I need to be considerate of a 17-year-old feeling that's bringing people in my house that I don't know?
Right.
I just look, I said, my honest opinion, I wouldn't care.
Come on, man.
I just wouldn't care. And the daughter feels like because her mom won't allow her to do her right now, she feels like that her mom is in the wrong. So she has a whole attitude with her mama right now, like not talking to her mom and just trying to be disrespectful, really. You know how these kids get their feelings and they don't want to say anything to you. So she was like, I just want to know, am I really doing something wrong? Because my daughter's making it seem like it's really my fault. And then my mom was like, well, just consider her feelings.
Man. Is this where I can jump in?
Now, I want to know what you think about that.
That's the first thing I think. Man, go sit down somewhere. That's the problem with this generation, man. Everybody's soft and weak. What happened to tough love? And when I mean tough love, that don't mean you got to go get a belt or a switch and beat your kids to death. No. That's not what I'm talking about. But you do got to be tough and firm with them and let them know when they make a mistake, when they're wrong, and explain to them why they wrong and say, because I said so. You punished, or you can't do this, or don't do this again, or else. Or I'm taking this phone away, or you can't do this, I'm taking your keys to your car, whatever it is. Yeah, you gotta be able to, if you do something that you're not supposed to be doing, and you ain't paying nobody's bills
at all,
it ain't your house.
It's not.
Your mama, dad, in this situation, mom is doing everything for you, man. You better go sit down somewhere. And if you can't abide by my rules, then you know where you can go.
Get your ass up out of here.
It is what it is. So, and these parents that's allowing these kids to run their household, because that's what's happening. Mm-hmm. The parents are allowing the kids to do that. So you can't get mad. What you mean? My son got hurt because he got scratched up with the bushes or whatever. Are you serious? Your son should have been responsible enough to not be over there because her mama already set the rules and said, don't bring nobody over my house while I'm gone.
Oh, but this also, the mama said my daughter is allowed to date, but she just needs to introduce him to me so I know who it is so I can approve of them coming and going.
All that. It's all wrong.
My thing is, you not teaching your son that he shouldn't. Listen, back in the day, if these boys would have went into another a person's house, they can get shot up and get killed.
This is the problem with, is she a single mom? She probably a single mom raising her son by herself. That's probably what it is. And if that's the case, what? Okay, look. All single moms that's raising a son by themselves. First, congratulations. Right. That's the first thing. Okay, now that that's done, let me move that to the side. If you don't go find a coach, some kind of male figure, someone that's gonna keep your son in check from a male's perspective, your son is not your boyfriend. Your son is not your friend. Your son is your son. So quit trying to baby your son and pamper him. He ain't pampers no more. The dude is 16, 17 years old, whatever. Mm-hmm. So moms, you gotta, if you can't do it, you gotta find some male figure in a community that can come in, an uncle, somebody that can come in and help guide this young man. Because by you saving him and bailing him out when he knew he was wrong, man,
you're not helping him.
You're not helping him at all.
Help him end up getting another girl pregnant or a girl pregnant. I don't even know if he had one. I'm just saying another girl pregnant. But you're going to cause him to put himself and put other girls in compromised situations.
And then you're going to get mad because he's going to threaten you well, Mom, I'm going to just leave. I'm going to run away, or I don't love you, or you hate me, whatever. You mad, your feelings is hurt because he's talking bad about you. And you know what you need to do? You know what you need to do? You know what? Okay.
Right.
Here go. You know what a door is. You know what a door is. Now, I don't want to have to kick you out, but since you got life all figured out and you don't want to abide by my rules in my house, bye. Good luck to you. I'll pray for you and keep it moving.
This is why I want to understand with these kids. I had to ask some kids this. I asked the group. I was like, y'all don't like when nobody tells y'all something, when it's like, follow the rules, this and that. This rule is dumb. This rule is stupid. But let's just say we go in your room, in your space, and we start stepping on your bed or stepping on stuff that you like, that you put all together, you're going to have a problem. Well, no, you don't need, that's just rude. Mm-hmm. No, I said, you're right, that's rude, but is that a rule for you? Because you didn't tell me there was any rules that I can't put my feet on your bed. And it was like, well, I didn't think of it like that. I said, well, what it is you want somebody to show you respect when they come into your area, in your space, or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's what other people are asking of you. When an adult or your parent is asking you to follow rules, follow the rules. You're in their house, in their space, they're paying the bills for you. So for you to have this attitude because they're asking you to follow rules, shame on you, because when they go in your room, you don't want them going through your stuff. Respect my privacy, a privacy that you don't have no bill, no money, and no pot to piss in to say that you got.
Man, let me tell you something. We are the coolest parents on earth. I'm proud to say that. We are some cool, fun parents.
I agree.
But at the same time, we know how to put our foot down. And we know how to, our kids know how far to go with us. Because we laugh, we joke around with our kids all the time. And sometimes they may take that for granted and think, oh, mom and dad's going to be. But when you out of line, we're going to check you. And we're going to put you right back in line. And they know where to draw that line at. So it's okay. You can still be cool with your kids. We're not saying don't be cool and have fun with your kid. Yes, do that. Build that great bond with a great relationship and a great bond with your kids. But when they out of line,
you're not helping them in the real world when stuff goes wrong and they do wrong and you bail them out every single time. Because guess what they think is going to happen when they get as an adult? They're going to get bailed out.
Yep.
They don't think they can do it on their own. They're going to keep calling you. I know people that still got their adult kids living with them right now, talking about they just won't leave. That's because of you. You're allowing it to happen. You haven't taught them and told them, hey, this is what you got to do. This is what you need, and you got to deal with these consequences. No, what you're doing is bailing them out of every situation. Well, I can't see them living homeless. Trust me, like they know how to figure out when it's time to eat because they know they're hungry. They'll figure out a time to, let me go ahead and get a job. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me go do this. If you keep saving them, they don't have to work. They don't have to do anything. If you keep rewarding bad behavior, why would they change at all?
And don't let them make you feel bad about it.
Oh, because
they'll try to do that. They'll try to that pity party and you didn't support me and you didn't.
Listen,
come on,
I want y'all to get ready for something.
Get out of here.
When your kids become like on the late teenage years, when I'm saying around the 17, 18 years, and then when these 20s, these early 20s, they get to a point where now they really feel like they a real adult in their mind. They really feel like they've been here. They got it figured out. Then they get to a point where they tell half the story to someone just so they can get someone on their side. They're not going to lie.
Message.
They lie by omission because they don't say it.
Message.
So what they do is they tell part of the story to where it makes it seem like she's right or they're right about their situation. So now they got different kind of stories going around. So other people are kind of like, man, in it. But when everybody starts coming together and figuring out what this little raggedy ass kid done did, and they realize they ass is caught.
All them big old eyeballs gonna be like
looking right back at it, and then they be like, oh. But the thing is, I know one thing I struggled with at the beginning is trying to show everybody that I'm not this crazy mom. I'm not this mom that she's trying to make me out there or they're trying to make me out to be, because it does kind of make you feel like, let me tell you, let me explain. I don't want you thinking we're these crazy people or these crazy parents. Like the time my daughter went up here and told us that all she wear is Nike and this is and that. She wear name brand and we got that. She got some damn track shoes.
Went to Walmart and got them doggone shoes. Remember they used to sell them shoes called Tracks?
Yeah, Tracks.
It was the Tracks with the X's.
She got some of them shoes. Like, oh, okay, we're going to show you. We're going to show you. That's not how we are.
These are your basketball shoes, your soccer shoes, your track shoes, and you wear them to school too. Them things, she wore a hole in them bad boys, and you keep wearing them. And we told the teachers and their coaches what we were doing so they understood.
What we were doing.
Slipping around all on a soccer field because you ain't got no cleats sweets on your feet. 'Cause
Right.
Man, you better go
Because you want
somewhere.
to talk and talk crazy.
But she appreciates it now.
Right.
She thanks us for it now.
But what I'm saying is, most of the time, a lot of people kind of understand that and respect what you're doing. But you don't have to just keep trying to think, because it all comes back around. Like, everybody's going to see it. If you know what you're doing the best you can as a parent. Just trust the process, because if you bail them out, you're going to be mad. Because I know people with 40-year-old kids in their home. I'm like, you're 40 and you're still living at home.
That's a
And I don't
doggone
even
shame.
know, like, and
And-
the mama not doing nothing but just keeping them there.
And it'd be different if you had, if you was wheelchair bound or something, or you wasn't healthy, or for whatever reason.
We're not talking about that.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about perfectly healthy kids that are grown, just don't want to grow up because
Right.
mama or daddy keeps bailing them out.
Right. And I'm just telling you now, we have done it. A lot of parents don't want to do this with their kids. And I feel like it's because they don't like the fact that their kids won't talk to them or don't like them. It sucks.
Man.
And don't get me, and when I tell you it does, it sucks whenever your kids get in this and they just really insist, like you wanted to shake them because it's like, wake up,
Yeah.
we're not wrong, like just listen to me. But they just know you're wrong. They're not talking to you. They don't like you. They think you're the worst person on earth. That is one of the suckiest parts, I will say, when it comes to parenting, because it's just like,
But you got to stay the course.
you do.
You gotta
When
stay the course.
I tell you, you just stay the course. Stay prayed up, or whatever y'all do to get focused and understand. And then what we've done too is we talk to other people that's been in those situations, and we go to them like, okay, are we acting crazy? Are we wrong? Let me just tell you how everything went down. So are we overreacting? And they're like, no. So that's when you kind of get a village of support that's like, no, you understand? Of course, you're going to have people like, well, I think you shouldn't be. You should just go ahead and give in to her. And most of the time, it's grandparents that's going to say that. But at the end of the day, eventually, even the grandparents are going to start being like, yeah, no, they can't do that. You should stand strong on this. And that is the hardest part. I think our oldest taught us well
Oh, yeah.
on how to stay the course.
Yep. But now look at it.
Right.
Now she's living her best life.
She is. So it's amazing. So whenever the other ones start to do it, you're like, it doesn't hurt as bad.
They
It's
come
kinda
most
like,
of the time. They come back around,
Right.
After they go around the block and realize, oh, okay,
But
this is what mom and dad
I'm
was
just talking about that around the block. That sucks for us too as
Yeah,
parents. 'Cause
absolutely.
think about it. When you know you're not wrong about something, you're just trying to help this person. Any other person, you can probably be like, man, F them. I'm just going about my business. I don't care about them. This is the person you love with all your heart. It's a piece of you.
Right.
So you just want them to just let me help you. Let me help you.
Let me say this before we wrap up. Now, there's another angle to this. We're not talking about if you have a kid that is dreaming big, has big goals, wants to go
right.
out and do something that you may not agree with, as long as it's not illegal, but they have whatever, a certain career that they want to do, they want to start their own business, whatever, and you just decide you don't want to support that because you don't want them to do that. We're not talking about that one, because shame on you for that part. Like if your kid is like, hey, mom or dad, I don't want to be a doctor. You want me to be a doctor. I don't
Right.
want to be a lawyer. You want me to be a lawyer. I want to start my own business as an entrepreneur, and I want to do this, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. Well, if you don't know how to teach them how to do that, then you find someone that can. Okay, son or daughter. Well, we're not experts in that area, but let us use our resources to kind of find someone to kind of help you, teach you, whatever.
Right.
That's different. Now, if a kid
We
yeah.
talking about these ragged ass kids
Okay.
breaking rules and shit. That's what we talking about.
I just went out left field for no
I don't
reason.
know where
I
that
just
came
want them
from.
to get an understanding of, okay.
Babe, but we wasn't even talking about that. We wasn't like, where did that come from?
Sorry. Sorry, Barbie.
I was really trying to stay with you, but shit, I got lost too. Like, what conversation was you in?
Hey, my head was I was all over the place with that one.
I think.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. On that note, I guess it's time to wrap
Yes, it is. Please, let's get off of here now.
up. We'll see y'all next week, man. Doses!
Bye.